Hey, this video is for anybody who is building out a marketing team and is trying to figure out how to grow this thing. One thing I wish somebody had told me early on was you can basically look at growing a team and you can either take those dollars to spend on advertising, whether you say you have 100 grand to spend a month, you can spend those dollars on ads, or you can spend 90,000 of that on ads and 10,000 on a content creator. And your job as the CMO or the leader of the marketing team is to figure out how to allocate those resources in a way that is actually going to get you the result that you want. Now, it sounds easier said than done because, yeah, that makes sense, right, on paper, but do you have the ability to attract that talent? Do you know where to find that talent? Do you know what that talent should be doing? That's a lot of the things that I've discovered this year are things that I really love to do. Things that I actually enjoy doing are, believing in people, seeing the best in people, and it's kind of crazy that it took me this long to figure it out. I've been doing this stuff for 10 plus years, and I feel like I'm now just figuring out the fact that that is a role of a marketer is to really identify that vision, come up with the numbers to hit that vision, traffic, conversion, impressions, revenue, discounts, returns, all that stuff, and then articulate it to the team members on my team so that then they know what they need to do. If you're new to marketing and you're maybe like, well, what the heck is this guy even talking about? Like, I really just want to emphasize like leaning into your strengths is the thing you got to do. If you are good at creative, lean into that. If you you can massage around some of those areas that you aren't as good, but ultimately you're going to be best if you focus on what you excel at naturally. For me, it was believing in people, and I thought like going to marketing, how does that even tie into anything? And now I'm seeing it. Like, I wish somebody told me early on, like your job as a marketer isn't to be creative. Your job as the marketer isn't to have great ideas in a boardroom. Although I work remotely and I'm never in boardrooms, your job as the marketer is really to be a resource allocator of time, of people's energy, focus, attention. Ultimately, it's time, people, and money. And you can kind of break those into those three areas. You can say how they're spending, efficiency and volume of that efficiency. So if somebody's working 90 hours a week, they're not going to be as efficient, but there's going to be more volume. If somebody's working 30 hours a week, they're going to be more efficient, but less volume. So it's really about figuring out like how do you turn those gauges across the team, across the dollars you're spending. Maybe hiring someone $10 an hour isn't as good as hiring someone that's $50 an hour. But it's your job to figure out and vet them and figure out how is that a good investment to make or a bad one. But this is just a realization I'm having is like the more I realize that my job is to allocate resources to the team so that we can do the things that we need to do, the more I realize I spent a lot of years in marketing not understanding the real role of my job. And my hope with this video is that you would really go into marketing understanding what your role is, whether you're, my channel, speak to mainly people in e-commerce, but, you maybe in B2B or another role. But ultimately, your job is to allocate the resources that you are given. And by doing that, you will be given more resources. And then your job is to allocate those resources. So ultimately, being a marketer is being a resource allocator. Full stop.